overheated this poor duckling is. Poor thing. Thankfully, this man quickly realized what to do to save the bird's life. Now, this little guy can be reunited with his sibling. Anything that was sure it was being stalked by a predator, but it turned out to be its personal guardian angel. A clumsy baby elephant fell into a ditch and thought his family was gonna leave without him. But instead, they called for people to come help, and with the help of an excavator, the humans were able to set their little one free. This mama elephant has more manners than most people I know. This wolf had been loose, somehow lost half of its beak, and couldn't eat at all. But modern technology can fix anything nowadays. It can even make a 3D printed beak. This will allow the animal to live a normal life. A desperate mama dog was begging passersby to help her, but this man was the only person who took the time to follow her, and it saved 2 small but important lives. And now they're best friends forever. These sea lions had no idea how to help their friend who had accidentally gotten a tire stuck around its neck and could hardly breathe. Fortunately, it didn't take the rescue team long to come up with a solution. The last thing this man expected to see on the edge of a field was an abandoned dog, but he rose to the challenge. This little monkey got stuck in the bars, and its parents couldn't do anything about it. Even the rescuers couldn't help because of the mother's panic. But they didn't give up and found a way to free the little one. After putting out a fireman noticed this unconscious kitten in the house. He could have just stepped over it, but he knew that every life is worth saving. This sheep was so bogged down in the mud that it could barely move. Luckily, people found it in time and did everything they could to save it.
Oh, well done. Oh, well done.
A police officer heard the cries of an unfortunate dog that had accidentally gotten tangled up in some fabric, which the officer didn't hesitate to cut. After that, this dog's joy knew no bounds. This turtle had one last chance to escape a huge tiger shark, and these guys knew what had to be done.
Save him from the tiger shark.
This poor dog accidentally got entangled in a barbed wire, and every attempt to free it scared it even more. But once the dog realized that people were trying to save it, everything changed. This bear cub lost its mother and came to people in search of food, so now they have to take care of him. Look at this little guy. Mad respect for carrying a whole ecosystem on its back. But along with this pile of shells often comes parasites, so this man gets the turtle cleaned up and saves its life. To save this unlucky elephant that had decided to drink water out of a quarry, wildlife rescuers had to come up with an unusual solution. They tried several escape ladders until they found the right one. These whales had almost made it to the open sea when they got stuck in the ice and started to panic. It took people 8 hours to free them and prevent them from suffocating in the process. This baby will definitely remember this day as the happiest of its life. Now get back to your family, baby shark doo 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 doo. These people stopped a huge herd of camels in the middle of the desert in order to save their lives. That's because they knew there wasn't a single source of water for the next 160 kilometers. If the owner of this house hadn't come home in time, this dog would not have lasted long in the 37 degrees Celsius heat. But now, this poor thing won't have to hide under the house ever again. A safari was interrupted when the guide noticed a zebra lying on the ground. The poor creature was very dehydrated, so everyone offered their own water to save the animal's life. This guy found these 2 baby sea turtles and was helping them to get to the ocean. He thought they were the only ones, but he soon realized that there were more lost little babies. These guys discovered a baby seal that was cut off from the ocean and too exhausted to find its way. But as soon as they brought it to the water, the pup immediately came to life. This eagle lost part of its beak and didn't look like it'd be able to heal on its own, so an engineer turned on the 3D printer and did the impossible. These donkeys were left outside in a snowstorm of negative 40 degrees Celsius, and they wouldn't have lasted long if these guys hadn't used all their resources for a rescue operation. This fox got stuck in a wheel in a rather unfortunate way while searching for food, so people had no choice but to take it to the professionals. This crocodile fell into an empty well and might have become stranded there forever, but these brave people decided to fight for its life. It doesn't matter who believes in evolution and who doesn't. When it's hot outside, we all have to hydrate the same way. But that second one is really acting like a human. To keep from becoming too dehydrated, sometimes even powerful birds have to ask people for help. Thankfully, all these animals are going to be just fine, so feel free to tell us which story touched you the most. And I would really appreciate it if you're starving for so long that it finally had to ask a human for help. And this kind man had to act quickly, so he didn't hesitate to give away all the food he had.
Не бойся, не бойся, на. Ну на, не бойся, на.
This poor soul hasn't seen the sun in a solid 10 years. Nobody's cared for this horse all this time, so its hooves have grown up to a meter in length. It will most likely never be able to walk again without pain, but with the help of caring people, now it can even run under the warm sun. Certain that a parking lot was no place for a kitten to live, and just like that, the baby found its new, loving daddy.
It looks like she was just born. Aww.
Poor penguin stood no chance against a group of killer whales. Its only hope for escape turned out to be some people on a boat. To steal food right in front of some fishermen, but the man didn't get angry because he saw how hungry the animal was, so he decided to share instead. Panic these foxes must have felt when they realized that freedom was so close, but there was no way for them to get out. All they needed was a little help, and this guy didn't leave any of them in trouble. A woman stumbled upon a very dehydrated cockatiel in the middle of the road, and that could only mean one thing.
I'll take you home. I hope you're okay.
Now, her family has one more happy baby. A small snake accidentally got caught in a sticky trap directly in the scorching sun. Locals immediately called this woman, who was a snake expert and knew exactly what to do. With the help of some cooking spray, she was able to clear the path to freedom.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
This woman found a mother bat beneath a power line who had paid the ultimate price to save its baby. All the woman could do was adopt the poor thing and make sure its life turned out differently.
Little girl. Oh yeah.
This calf slipped and fell into the strong current of a flooded river, and it looked like its fate was sealed. Until these brave people decided otherwise and still managed to save the animal.
Oh my God, I want to take him home. We can put him in the truck.
We can put him in the truck.
We can put him in the truck. Look at him. I got a chip.
This little guy met the most excited rescuer ever. When this bald eagle couldn't take off into the sky, these guys realized that something was wrong. They decided to help, but it wasn't easy for them to earn each other's trust. But they did it. After some rehabilitation, this beauty will once again be able to fly. You can see that this dog has been through hell, but it still has an extraordinary will to live. While it wasn't easy for the poor dog to trust humans again, it was worth it.